Alright folks, let's get ready for that first circuit. Make sure your TRX straps are ready to go and that you have your resistance loops nearby so you'll be ready for those exercises when they come up. Getting ready with a single arm row with a reach and touch T-spine rotation. You're going to grab that strap with one arm and I want you to reach back and look with those eyes at that back arm. Touch up as high as you can. You're going to look up at that center point. Exhale every time you pull right here. Really turn that head and look at that back arm. We're really focusing on that T-spine rotation. Big exhale right here, right there. Turn and look. Pull that arm right into the rib cage for that row and really focus on using the rear deltoid and the lats for this exercise. Try to get between 10, 12, 15 reps before you get ready to switch to the other side here. Remember, we're going to look backwards at that hand that's touching the ground. Pull up towards that center point. And really try to get that big rotation right there. Reach up. And you're going to pull all the way to the high rib cage, almost into my armpit, as you can see right here. Make sure you look back, right there, pull up. Big exhale. Remember, keep pulling that all the way in. Don't cheat on those last couple reps coming up right here. Make sure you look behind you at the floor or the ground. Last one coming up here. And get ready for push-ups. We're just going to do traditional push-ups right here. You can do these elevated if you need to. Make sure you keep everything nice and firm. Everything's nice and tight. I hope you do a better job keeping your butt nice and low. Looks like mine's sticking up here just a little bit. I want you to focus on pushing through the pecs. Yes, you are using your arms and your shoulders, but this is definitely a pecs dominant exercise. Use that chest. Really drive through. Everything's nice and tight from your toes, quads, glutes. Everything's nice and firm. That really helps you to isolate the pecs. These single leg runners, you're going to notice that I'm going to get nice and long here. And the arms are important too, to really reach with every single rep. Try to finish with your eyes straight out, look out into the horizon. You'll notice I'm pretty inconsistent on this set. Sometimes I look forward, sometimes I don't. I think this is more just about me feeling a little unstable because it's been almost a month since I've been on a consistent workout routine. So bear with me while I try to get my footing, literally and figuratively. Get really long back there. Everything's forcing through that working leg that's in the front. You're going to push through the heel right there and squeeze the glute at the top. So that front leg is the working leg. It's going to control you on the way down and it's going to power you back up. Make sure you switch legs, take your time. Make sure you're nice and secure in that strap in the back. And of course, if you have a beautiful waterway to look out in the background, then all the more motivation for you, right? Make sure you stay more stable than I did there. Okay, get really long through here. Reach, reach, reach. And push through that front leg. It controls you on the way down here and powers you back up. Everything runs through the heel. Try your best to not go on the balls of your feet. Everything runs through the heel. Get nice and long right here. Reach, reach, reach. Even your arms get long in the front and the back. Really stretch. Try to touch in front of you and touch behind you. Really reach, power through. Straight up and down. Squeeze that glute at the top and look out into the horizon at the finish. Get really long here. We got a couple more reps coming up. Okay, and this is going to finish the first round of the first circuit. You can take a little bit of a... All right, you're going to push pause here and take a break. Make sure that you drink some water. And remember that you have another circuit coming up. And remember to push pause and take between 1 to 2 minutes of break in between circuits. We're back and we're ready for circuit 2. I hope you took a good 1 to 2 minute break. Get those suspension straps or TRX straps ready for your Y pulls to mini rainbows. So if you noticed in the title of this exercise, I call it a Y pull to a mini rainbow. And I apologize that you cannot see the top of my arms here. But what I do when I make a Y, when I make the letter Y with my arms, I do push both of my hands out laterally, kind of like half of a rainbow, like an arch. So I kind of make an arch with my arms. I push away from my ears. I keep my arms straight and I make just a slight arch to the outside. So I go away from my ears with my arms over top right there. Okay, so I'm going to pull to a Y and then I make that arch. So pull your arms away from your ears on both sides. Now we're going to get ready for archer pulls. This is going to take your resistance loop, and I do these in a split kneeling setup so that I isolate my lumbar. And if you notice the way that I rotate my arms, it's just a really good shoulder mobility move before you do the row for the rear delt. Try to keep your arms as straight as you can on the down. I'm struggling with my mobility, so try to do better than I did here. Really make that nice, everything's nice and straight with that front arm. And then really, really squeeze that rear delt in the back. And pull that. Okay, a couple more reps here. And you do notice that the arm that you're pulling with is also the leg that's down on the ground. So when you switch arms, you're also going to switch legs. So we definitely want to make sure that when you have the arm that you're pulling with is the knee that's down on the ground. So those match. So pulling with the left arm means your left knee is down. Try to stay as straight as you can when you come through this motion right here. Exhale every time you pull that bow, so to speak. Right here comes exhale, right there. Keep those arms as straight as you can. I'm bending my elbow because I'm really tight in that left shoulder. I don't have great mobility there. I think it will improve a little bit as I get through that second and third circuit. Everything's nice and tight through that midsection. Really, really focusing on the lats and the rear delts to pull that. Okay, we're getting our feet in those loops. They're right at the ankle. It's furthest away from that hip joint. We're going to get nice and low. Try to keep our back as straight up and down as we can. Many steps. You're never going to get the resistance to leave that band, right? You're going to keep it stretched and you're going to stay low and move slow. Tiny baby steps. There's constant tension on that band. And you noticed I stay sitting in that squat. And just little baby steps. It's really going to build nice strength and muscular endurance in those quads and hamstrings and glutes, in the adductor and the abductor. transitioning to the ab circuit now. We've got 4 exercises coming up here. Try to get 15 reps each. I'm going to talk you through all of them here. First one coming up is going to be the bent knee crunches. Make sure your hips are at 90 degrees, your knees are at 90 degrees, and even your ankles. Shoulder blades are going to start off of the mat or the ground, and they're going to stay off. I know it looks like my shoulders are touching, but they're not. That's just the angle of the camera. And you notice I'm pausing each time at the bottom. I'm not bouncing up. So I am pausing for just a split second before I execute that next rep. Okay, we're going to transition to the mountain climbers, and when I say 15 reps, what I mean is you're going to count to 30, so you're going to take 15 steps per leg. And you're welcome. Try to get those knees up nice and high. I try to think about touching my elbow or trying to push my knee through my arms, and that really forces me to try to get that knee up as high as I can to really activate those abs. Remember to breathe. Make sure you're breathing the whole time. Okay, we're almost done here. We're getting ready for the plank up downs. And so you can start in a forearm plank and push your way up to a straight arm plank, or vice versa. Make sure your butt stays down. I'm embarrassed that my butt is sticking up as high as it is, but I am calling for mercy here because I have not been able to work out very much at all since the beginning of March, and I'm trying my best to get back into a routine. So bear with me and give me a break, would you? Just make sure that you keep moving. Just don't stop moving. These don't have to be fast, just as long as you continue to move. A couple more reps here, and then we're going to move on to the last exercise in the ab circuit. We're going to get down on our backs, and we're going to go crucifix to ball crunch. So crucifix is just what it sounds like. You're going to make a cross with your arms. That's going to be your starting position, and then you're going to crunch up into a ball for 15 reps. Try to get as tight as you can when you come up into the ball, and then try to get as wide as you can with your arms and really reach. So you're reaching here and you're reaching forward. You're reaching out to the sides and you're reaching forward. Make sure you take a breath every rep. And really, really reach. Get as compact as you can in that ball crunch. And then get as wide as you can right here when you reach out. Keep that breath going. Try to get that lumbar into the mat or the ground every time you reach here. Big exhale right there. You can see I'm slowing down because I'm getting tired. But I'm almost there at the end. Now you're going to come up to the end of those 3 circuits, the 2 strength circuits and the ab circuit. If you rewind this to the 31 seconds mark, you will be able to repeat those circuits as many times as you like.